Jesus said that as the Father has sent me, so I also send you. And one of the best ways to be sent is by partnering with a nonprofit. Hey, I just finished reading Brandon Hatmaker's book, Barefoot Church, Serving the Least of These in a Consumer Culture. Now, if you're involved in special needs ministry, you already have a heart for serving the least of these. There's a lot of this book that I don't need to go through because you already have a heart for that. But this book is exceptionally good. There's a ton of takeaways in there. I just want to focus on the one chapter that talks about partnering with nonprofits and why you should consider doing that. One of the things that Brandon talks about in partnering with nonprofits, one of the things to look for is partnering with nonprofits in which you can have a shared redemptive purpose. In other words, both you, your church, your ministry, and the nonprofit organization want to serve the same least of these. I have to tell you, at first I was a little skittish of that, but Brandon points out a concept called this person of peace, and we read about that in Luke chapter 10. When Jesus sends out the 70 disciples, one of the things that he tells them to look for is a person of peace, and that person of peace actually is a non-Christian. And so right off the bat, Jesus encourages those that he sends out, just like he sends out you and he sends out me, to engage non-Christians, someone that he calls a person of peace. And you find this concept of person of peace throughout the Bible. For example, the woman at the well in John chapter 4 was a person of peace. Lydia was a person of peace to Paul in the New Testament. And for Jonah, it was the king who opened up the city for Jonah to preach the message of God. All non-Christians, all persons of peace in which a believer partnered with a non-believer to spread the gospel. Hey, listen, I would encourage you to pick up this book. It's a great read. The chapter alone on partnering with nonprofits has a ton of information. If you want to make an impact in your community for special needs ministry, to be a missional special needs ministry, that I encourage you to purchase the book just for that chapter alone. But there's a ton of other great things in it. Here at First Baptist Orlando, two of the nonprofit agencies that we have partnered with has been OCA, and as a result of that, our campus is now an adult vocational training site for adults with special needs. And another agency, nonprofit agency that we partnered with is Quest, and we're looking at developing enrichment programs in their day program just down the street from us. It serves 140 adults with special needs, and that's another partnership that we're going to engage in order to spread the gospel. Hey, listen, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel.